Hey everybody, it is Shelly Bowe and we are going to rock and roll tonight. So we're going to do a little presentation, something I like to call Move Your Ash. Yes, Ash, A-S-H. I'm not going to swear, right, when we're going live. So let me make sure I've got two things happening. Making sure this is recorded. I want to go live on transcript and I'll go live on Facebook. So let's just top it off with that, guys. So we're getting pretty tech savvy here at the Bowe home. So I hope you can all appreciate that because I'm old, and when you're old like me, man, it's not always common to be so tech savvy. Huh. So we're going to talk about a really, really important topic tonight. So many of you have been following this. I know we've had a ton of people viewing these things, and I really do believe we are impacting lives all over the nation. So I'm very excited to say that we've come through a series over the last 3 weeks where we started out talking about diabetes, blood sugar regulation, how that affects the body, how it affects the mind, and how it affects, the way we emotionally handle things and cope. We moved then into one of my favorite topics, which was mental and emotional health. My background, as many of you know, is in psychology and human relations. So when it comes to the way the mind works, the psychology of human behavior, the way we function as people, and what's holding us back, I really believe with all my heart and soul that if we can get you past yourselves, and we do that by approaching it from a holistic standpoint, we can get you to wherever you want to be in life. And many of my life coach friends, and you'll meet one of them tonight, can share with you, how well that works hand in hand with their clients. However, tonight is something that I think interests more people than the last two topics, which was interesting to me. Yet I understand we're all looking for support when it comes to pain and inflammation, aren't we? We're all looking for support when it comes to why we hurt. Why, when we eat certain foods, our body hurts. Why can't we move well? Why does it hurt when we go up and down steps? Why are we not feeling better after a workout? Why are we feeling in pain after a workout? So we're going to talk about some of those topics tonight. It's a very important topic. But first and foremost, again, my name is Shelly Bowe. I'm a product specialist. I'm a nutraceutical consultant. I have 23 years in the industry of wellness. And tonight, my topic for you is moving your ash. So bachelor degree, communications, public relations, psychology, certified weight management coach, been doing that for, my goodness, I've probably taught hundreds of classes, and we're collaboratively working together right now so that all of us are taking up less space. And then in a couple of weeks, we're going to bring it to you and invite you into our world. I'm also a nutraceutical consultant, giving me the right and privilege to be able to work with health professionals all over the world, implementing wellness solutions into their practices. And I am a certified product specialist. So tonight, I thought it was important we start out talking about, first of all, why your body hurts. Why do you hurt? And is it the exercise that you're doing? Are you doing the right kind of exercise for your body? This is something where, again, you want to be affiliated with the right people who are trained in kinesiology, that are trained in body movement, to be able to help you with that. And I'm connected to a lot of fantastic people. So if you're looking for somebody from a training perspective that can support you in those needs, let me know. What foods are best for your body? How do you know what foods are best for your body? How do you know what those foods are doing, and why are they affecting you in certain ways? I play around with this stuff with my own self. I'm my own best guinea pig all the time to see the reaction my body gives me. And then what supplementation is available? What should I be looking for in my supplementation if I really truly want it to support me in my goals? Now, one of the questions that I think warrants you asking yourself is, could it be that the food choices I'm making are actually encouraging the pain and inflammation that I'm experiencing? Is it the consequence of the choices I'm making? Well, we could take a look at your plate. We're looking for certain things. One of the number one things that I noticed within my body is I had just terrible throbbing pain that would happen in my shoulders. And I could not figure out why. I thought, is this arthritis? Am I reacting to something? Did I overdo it? I did teach fitness kickboxing for 11 years and sometimes did multiple classes throughout the day and thought, did I beat my body up too much? What I found out after doing some research is it was gluten. For gosh sakes, it was gluten. Gluten is a protein that you find in wheat, barley, and rye. And people think, oh, it's harmless. I've been eating white bread my entire life. Well, sometimes the body says enough is enough and it starts to inflame and it sees gluten, which is a sticky substance that keeps like the bread, feeling chewy and gluey to you. It's something that sometimes the body can just no longer tolerate. It sees it as a foreign substance. What about sugar? A lot of people do not correlate pain to sugar, but there is a direct correlation not only to pain and inflammation, but to heart disease, to mental health issues that people are facing. High fructose corn syrup is the worst sweetener you probably, okay, worst sugar sweetener, right? There are some artificial sweeteners that may have a worse impact on you neurologically, but high fructose corn syrup is going to hit the body with double potency to sugar. That is something the brain will light up like it's on cocaine with sugar or high fructose corn syrup. And what it's going to do is cause for a great addiction, but it's going to lead long-term to weakened issues within the body's actual tissue. Trans fats are hydrogenated oils. Oftentimes they're sneaking these into your snacks, your crackers, your bagels, your cookies, your chips, all the little snacky things that you guys love, those salty, crunchy things, oftentimes are the culprit for some of the worst trans fats and hydrogenated oils. Some people are just frankly getting too much omega-3. They're having a lot of, hey, it's sunflower, it's safflower, but do you really know the quality of the oil that you are using? And could it just be that it's overloaded with omega-6s and you're having an imbalance of the essential fatty acids in the body? How about alcohol? Dear God, I live in Wisconsin. Might be a few people that are overindulging this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. And why? Why are you doing that to your body? Are you thinking about the effect that it's going to have on you long term? Because if you look at any aspect of health, one of the first recommendations is no alcohol, no smoking. Yet we all think, it's going to be okay. So processed meat, sausages, deli meat, bacon, ham, smoked meat, additives in there. Guys, this is what I've been playing with recently is I was eating absolutely only very light, very lean tofu, chicken, all free range, grass fed, barely even any beef, just turkey, chicken, fish, keeping it light. And I added back in a couple of things that I enjoy, like chicken breakfast sausage from a reputable company, thinking, what harm could it do? For the first time in weeks, I experienced that inflammation again, and I notice it first thing in the morning. So it could just be the processed meats. Dairy oftentimes will be the culprit to an allergic response or a foreign sort of reaction by the body. Sometimes just by removing the casein from the dairy, you're able to have your dairy. And I know for me, that does work. I have a shake that I love. It's the TLS whey protein cookies and cream shake. My absolute favorite, gluten-free, casein-free, and has prebiotics in it. Excellent for the tummy. And I'll tell you, with the fiber at 10 grams and the protein at 18 grams, you're not going to beat that shake with how delicious it is as well. Sometimes just all the chemicals that are in your food. Listen, if you can't read it on the label, probably not something you want to put in your body. Certain food groups, we need to talk about alkalinity and acidity because they can really decide for the body how much it welcomes disease. So certain food groups that are considered acidic, certain are considered alkaline, and some are considered neutral. So what would be acidic? This does not mean they're bad, by the way. You need a balance of both. I just want you to know you need a balance of both. So acidic foods would be like meat, poultry, fish, dairy, eggs, grains, and alcohol. Those things are going to raise the acidity level in the body. Neutral foods would be like natural fats, like avocados and nuts, starches and sugars. And alkalining foods would be certain fruits, certain nuts, certain legumes. So again, you have to understand vegetables, fruits, certain nuts, and I'm not going to differentiate here between which nuts are neutral and which nuts are alkaline, but there are some in each, and there are actually nuts that are acidic as well. So, but you can Google this, guys, and find that out very quickly. So I think it's important, if we're going to talk about the pain and inflammation and what's going on with our joint health, it would make sense to me that we should have some basic understanding of the components of the joint. So we get a mediated inflammatory response That's okay. We want to keep it at bay, right? Inflammation is actually a positive response by your body in order to protect it. When we get in trouble is when the body is in an inflamed state all the time. And now we start to see stretching and weakened tissues, and the body starts to develop oftentimes an autoimmune response to that inflammatory response. The flexibility, the cartilage within that joint, and the synovial fluid all play a role in the health of that joint and how well we can move our ash. So way back already in 2015, dietary guidelines, we know that there are shortfall of nutrients within the human diet. This is not up for question. This is not negotiable. We already know this. We've known this for many, many years, guys. So when you look from 2007 to 2010, what was going on already, look at the population. Almost 100% of the population already is showing deficiency in vitamin D, deficiency in vitamin E, magnesium. Look at calcium. 40%, vitamin A, 40%, vitamin C, almost 40%, and it goes from there. So we need to understand and accept that we used to think we could get everything we needed from a nutritional standpoint from our food. And guess what? You are right. We used to get everything we needed nutritionally from our food. But see, now it's scientifically and clinically evidenced and science-based that we know for a fact it is no longer a possibility to get everything you need from your diet. It just isn't. And if anyone tells you different, it's a lie. Unless, okay, I'm going to take that back. You want to eat 15 loads of broccoli in a day and, whatever, I mean, come on, guys. We're not going to sit and eat, 10 pineapples and 15, heads of broccoli, and it's not going to happen. So based on what the human can consume in a day, it's impossible to get the nutrients that you're going to need in order to not become ill. So let's talk about something called OPCs, or oligomeric proanthocyanidins. OPCs are there from nature. They're from the maritime pine bark tree. They're a strong pycnogenol, meaning they're a plant-based antioxidants, very powerful to man, known to maintain proper circulation, improve skin elasticity, inhibits COX enzymes, which reduces inflammation, strengthens the capillaries. Hear me when I'm saying this. When people tell me they have weakened veins, weakened arteries, weakened capillaries, I say we need to get to the root cause instead of masking it and acting like it's not there. What if we could bring elasticity back in? What if we could strengthen those capillaries back up? Wouldn't that be awesome? Guess what? Good news. We can. We can. We just need to give the body what it's deficient in. Reducing the effects of stress and helping the joint flexibility, blood vessel dilation, nitric oxide levels. When do you hear about nitric oxide levels? People with heart disease, right? People who have had heart health issues, people who have gone into cardiac arrest. They're walking around with those little nitric oxide pills, right? You know why? Because they need to take them quick so that the nitric oxide levels go up so that the dilation increases within their vessel and the blood flow can occur. What happens is when you use something like OPC3s, it will support the body in doing that naturally. Now, I did not say I'm here to treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness. And I also did not say I'm here to tell you that I'm your new doctor. You would not want me for a doctor. I'd be like a Nazi doctor. It's bad enough my mom has to live with me at her side telling her she can't eat sugar right now. So you probably wouldn't want me to be sitting in your living room with you. At the same time, I do it because I love you and I do it because I care. You want a healthy complexion, you want to regulate blood sugar, you want good, healthy platelet activity, right? You don't want to have to worry about having that coagulation of platelets building up in your arteries. Do you want to have healthy sperm quality? Of course, if you're in childbearing years, especially, right? Promoting sinus comfort and, of course, promoting good immunity. So what is it that we need to do in order to get this pycnogenol OPC3 into our body? We need to consume it. More than consuming it, we need to absorb it. How do we absorb it? Isotonic solutions are the answer. So about 23 years ago, I was introduced to the isotonic supplements. Now you might say, oh my gosh, she's going to talk about supplements. Yes, because it still hasn't gotten in. If you're here today and you're listening, hear me on this. I love the fact that about 85% of the population is actually taking vitamins, omegas, vitamin Ds, like you've gotten that far. All I'm asking tonight is that allow me to entertain you in possibly upgrading, just upgrading to a better absorption capacity. Now, you could give yourself IV vitamins. Well, okay, you probably won't want to give yourself IV vitamins because they would probably be not real good vitamins, probably be illegal substances. So, not what you want to be giving yourself, right? However, people with gastric bypass, people who are elderly and really struggle with absorption, especially people who are affluent, are actually going in and getting IV vitamins. You don't want to have to do that? Me either. So I choose to drink my supplements. They're not just a liquid vitamin. Liquid vitamins, like a pill vitamin, still have to break down, still have to be osmotically correct to be squirted to the small intestine where they're carried in to the source that they need to be planted in. However, what we know is you're lucky if you're absorbing 10% of what you're consuming. With this line, the reason I decided to switch all of my practices over to this, all of my clients over to this, and my family is because of the absorption. 5 to 10 minutes at a 90 to 98% rate per dose. Can't beat it. Your multis, your calciums, your activated or methylated B complex. Those of you who know through DNA or genetic testing that you've got the MTHFR gene, like myself, like several people I know that are on here this evening, you're somebody that has to have activated or B complex vitamins. And of course, OPC3, oligomeric proanthocyanidins, which will support you in many respects in your health. So we have the Nutrimetrics label for our health professionals. We have chewable for those of you who just like feeling like you're eating candy, but yet you know it's good for you. I love those chews. That's like my dessert at the end of a day. And then of course, we've upgraded to a new skin care product, and that skin care product will support you from the inside out in having healthy skin. All three of these products contain a high level of the pycnogenol OPC3. Now, we know the bone and joint health is a growing market. 30% of adults say they experience joint pain. I say the other 70% are lying because most people, if they're honest, they're having joint pain. Joint pain impacts everything in our life. It may be because of decreased fluid between the joints. It may be because of decreased joint flexibility. It may be because the cartilage has eroded down. There's lots of reasons people experience the pain that they're experiencing. What we do know is that baby boomers are at an all-time high for this pain, yet they don't want it. They're fighting back. They don't want to age. They don't want to feel the signs of aging. So how do we support them in being able to maintain a good active lifestyle so that they're healthy and at the same time not having them putting stress on their body by doing the wrong kind of exercise? One, you need to meet with a professional who knows what they're talking about and supporting you with the right kind of exercise for your body where you're at. Two, that health professional probably will, or at least should know, what things will support you with your pain and your bone and joint health. But one of the things that we can take a look at is, are we overweight? Because obesity is at an all-time high as well, especially in the last year and a half. It's only grown, it's only increased, right? So there's so much more strain being put on our joints and our hips and our knees and our ankles. And we all want to run in and get new hips and new knees, right? Why? Why not take the weight off, support the body with proper supplementation, proper diet, proper water intake, and see if we can't, from a holistic standpoint, work well with you so you don't have to have the invasive surgery. I'm not saying you'll never have to have that. I'm just saying, have we gone through the proper steps, the proper channels in order to make sure we've done what we can before we just run in and take the quick fix or the quick pill? So sports injuries, obviously within the aging population. So baby boomers, they want to stay active. They don't want the pain. And so does everybody else, right? So what our job is to get the right amount of inflammation, have the flexibility come back, rebuild the cartilage, and support the synovial fluid within the joint. So what works and what doesn't work? There's a lot of claims out there that MSM is good, chondroitin is good. Here's what we found out. There are people who experience results with these. There's just frankly not enough research to show that we really conclusively can say clinically that you're going to get the results you need from MSM or chondroitin. Chondroitin, oftentimes very poor absorption, especially when you put it with glucosamine. So those two together, not a good combination for humans. Good combination for horses. So if you have horses, Glucosamine and chondroitin would be fantastic, just not for humans. Joint health, proven ingredients. What really works? What do we know works? Glucosamine works. Scientifically, clinically evidenced, works to support synovial fluid and cartilage. Hyaluronic acid works. Now, many of you know we have new products that are supporting skincare, right? The hydration in our skin. I'm using one of those new products. So if my skin looks beautiful, that could be why. It naturally diminishes with age. So what do we need to do? Replenish it in the skin and also in the joints. Pycnogenol, the inflammatory response we experience, demonstrated ability to promote and support mobility, flexibility, comfort within the joint. These are all, again, scientifically evidenced. So glucosamine, good. Glucosamine with chondroitin, not good, okay? We love glucosamine. Glucosamine is amino acid, glutamine and glucose. They're put together, it's concentrated, it supports joint health. Hyaluronic acid, it supports hydration, lubrication, cellular function, proven to work. It's going to feel like you got a nice little cushion there, okay? So we know these things to work. We also know that pycnogenol has been proven 27 times over and counting how many results people are claiming to get, how many benefits people are claiming to get from a pycnogenol with the effect it has on their pain and their inflammation. Hands down, no question, best thing you can do. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple of other things tonight because I think it's important that you have an understanding from other people's perspective on what these products have done for them. So I'm going to have Anna Brayton jump on with me. And Anna, you and I both shared almost the same story at the same time because both of us, I mean, you have such a great background with the military sports nutrition. You understand what the body has gone through and how it's probably had the effect. But I think you and I both came to the conclusion that this was the one product that made the difference for us. So I just wondered if you would jump on just quick with us. And I know you're traveling, so thank you for being here with us, but just share with everybody a little bit about what you experienced from this particular Prime Joint formula product with the Isotonics.
Yes. Hi, everybody. First off, I want to say just the OPC alone, I started to notice at 25. I was in the military, going up the stairs. It was really hard to, it would creak, and I just felt old. I didn't even know that was inflammation. It just felt old. I started on the OPC3 and the Daily Essentials kit, and I noticed, oh, it doesn't hurt so much to go up and down the stairs. So then that really helped deal with the inflammation at first. Then I noticed I still had this egg size almost pocket of fluid in my knee. And I tried PT and other stuff and it wasn't working. And kind of like Shelly said, I was like, you know what? I think I need to support my joints more. And sure enough, I was on this for one bottle and I was like, I don't know if it's working. I went off it. Within a few days, I noticed the pain back. So I was like, I better go on this. Next bottle, I was on it. I was like, well, I'll go off it. Now this time it took 2 or 3 weeks before I noticed a difference. Now I'm on it all the time. I'm 34 now. I've got 2 kids, 1 on the way. I just know that I beat up my body really hard. And so I really need to come in with more support. And because I want to be able to move, with all my kids and grandkids. So yeah, it's a great product.
Absolutely. Anna, what a great testimony. And I thank you so much for being on here, especially with what you guys, traveling and the kids and everything. So thank you, kids, for being good. Thank you, Michael, for being quiet while Anna was with us tonight. All right, guys, thanks so much. And Anna she's such a good testimony to so many of the isotonic supplements. She works in a chiropractic office, the Chiropractic Advantage over in Appleton, Wisconsin, and just does a phenomenal job there. And the doctors are absolutely amazing. They do an incredible job supporting the patients with pain and inflammation. And this is just one of those products, guys, where if you're experiencing the pain, especially I will say in your knees, your shoulders, or your hips, this may be a product that could really promote the cartilage synthesis and start to regenerate some of that. So Prime Joint Formula, Prime, anytime you see Prime, it's a trademark term with the Isotonics. It is to support the aging process. So just know if you see Prime Joint Formula by Isotonics, Isotonics is trademark for its absorption capacity and its bioavailability. So very unique. But when it comes to the specific formulas, we have a medical team, an advisory team that's working behind the scenes to support us in creating these. Now, Scottie Pippen, as all of you know, was a former NBA basketball star, Hall of Famer. He came to our company and said, I'm using the isotonics, wondering if you could create something that would support people like me who have really beat their body up as an athlete. We're struggling with severe arthritis and we need some support. This product was born as a result of that request. So Scottie Pippen strongly endorses this product. And I know a good friend of mine, Dan Spanbauer, also a very athletic background. So he's another one that would support this product. So if you're a health professional, if you're somebody who is working in a personal training field, if you've got a gym, if you're teaching classes, if you're supporting people who are having the pain and inflammation, this may be a product to let them know they may want to try. The beauty of it is it's superior to other products because it doesn't have the binders, the fillers, the coatings, the carcinogens, the crap, frankly, that you would find in other products. And Jeremy Marshall is another one. Now, Jeremy works, he has been a farmer his entire life, and man, this guy's old. Look at him, right? Look at him. You could tell this guy's a hardworking farmer. He drives a grader. He's got kids, like a whole mess of them, like 4. But Jeremy, you impress me because, again, not many men come forward and actually are willing to share their testimony. They'll get results of the products, but they keep quiet about it. It's usually the wife, but you actually came to me and said, holy cow, Shelly, what a difference that made. Would you mind sharing with everybody what you were experiencing and how this product was able to help you, Jeremy?
Yes, thank you for having me on, Shelly. I appreciate being able to come and help people with this. So it kind of all started with an injury where I had fallen down the tractor and caught myself with my arm, and that started in my shoulder. And I had a lot of pain for a lot of years, tried chiropractors and even acupuncture, and nothing really seemed to just totally take care of it until I was talking to you that one day and you said, well, geez, get on Prime. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And I mean, it was like within a week, I noticed a big difference. A lot of pain was gone, and it just kept getting better and better. And I have nothing but good things to say about the Prime Joint formula. It's just amazing how it helps you. You wouldn't think that just a supplement would make it that much better, but here this spring I got kind of busy and ended up not taking it for, it's probably 5 days or a week, straight, just kind of, you get busy and you forget to do things. Oh my gosh, the pain was coming back so bad, and I don't know, it took like 2 days of being back on it and everything started going back good again. So it's been a great experience. I'm so grateful that you got me started on it. It's awesome.
Jeremy, I'm grateful too, because it's people like you that, I mean, you said a couple of really key things that I think everybody's thinking, oh, come on, my pain is killing me. You don't get it, Shelly. Like a supplement is not going to help me. I mean, how many times I hear that from people, but now I'm listening to you and Anna both say, listen, it was amazing how much it helped. Of course, you're going to, go off of it for a while just to see, is the product really working, or you forget, or you run out. But sometimes that's the best thing. It's the best testimony because you can see, my gosh, it really is supporting my body. And it's not like a drug. This is something that is helping the body to rid itself of the overload of inflammation, to keep the fluidity in the joint, to keep things at the right level. So, and I'll tell you, Jeremy, I mean, with what you do for a living, lifting kids.
Yes, we grow extremely big kids, so they're always hard on the arms.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All winter long, I run a chainsaw too. We do logging.
Yes.
So
yes.
I mean, everything's just physical in my arms.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's made a huge difference.
Well, I'm so glad. Well, thank you so much for taking part tonight. And again, you've already impacted lives. People have already started using this supplement as a result of the last time you shared your testimony. So I hope a lot of people hear this tonight. Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. All right. So guys, when you're looking at overall, hey, I want to just support my pain, my inflammation, my joints. I want to support that overall. What do you need? You need multivitamin and multimineral. You need an antioxidant. Think of like free radical scavengers. When you eat in color, lots of fruits and vegetables, they're loaded with antioxidants. Well, we can support you with pycnogenol antioxidant, vitamin A, C, E, selenium are antioxidants. So there's lots of different antioxidants out there. Curcumin, coenzyme Q10, they're all antioxidants. Protein, you need protein, branched chain amino acid protein, right? and recovery support, amino acids, antioxidants, and minerals. So how do we find a product that might have all 4 of these? Because I want to be athletic, I want to be active, and I want to be able to support my body. Peak Performance Blend was built for you. So if you're somebody that just says, man, I just need something that is going to be delivered into my body, it's bioavailable, it's good for my skeletal system, my muscle tissue, it's good for any fatigue, it's good for recovery, insulin secretion, that's what I need. This might be the one answer for you. One supplement, one bottle, that's all you take, and it has all 4 of those in it. Now, I'd be remiss tonight not to mention a couple of things that we have found great support in. This is another one my friend Dan Spanbauer has really promoted. He, again, is athletic. He comes from a great background of athleticism, and he's also now coaching basketball. So this would be a product that you who are looking for support from a cardiovascular standpoint, a recovery standpoint, muscle retention, maybe you need support in gut health, maybe it's visual health. And astaxanthin from the Aster Real is the best form and the most absorbable form of astaxanthin on the market today. This is the gold standard. Now, I will tell you, we source our astaxanthin from algae. Algae is the richest, deepest source of astaxanthin. So this is going to support lots of things. However, many of the greatest testimonies are coming as a result of people who are muscle retention and muscle recovery looking. Magnesium. A lot of people have heard head discomfort, pain and head discomfort combined. People have heard of like the tight muscles, tension, people with AFib, heart health issues, people who have hard menstrual cramps, people who have just a high intensity sort of attitude and anxiety throughout the day. Magnesium may be for you. Now, this product, our isotonic magnesium, obviously supports all of those things, but what's different again is that we have it in the isotonic delivery, again, 5 to 10 minutes, 90 to 98% absorbed, and 100% of the recommended daily allowance or daily value of magnesium delivered. We know 55% of you are deficient in magnesium, and you know it too, because you're the ones with headaches. You're the ones that are getting the severe menstrual cramps. You're the ones that can't sleep at night. Your muscles are twitching. Your muscles are cramping. This may be one supplement that can support you. However, I will tell you, calcium and magnesium go hand in hand. They are, yes, cofactors for one another, and you will see within our calcium plus product, we have all of the carriers and cofactors, manganese, magnesium, boron, D3, they're all in there. So you're going to get the delivery. But when you're looking from a muscle perspective, you want that muscle to contract and relax, contract and relax. That's why we recommend both calcium and magnesium. And whenever, again, it's coming to like endometriosis or pain and inflammation in relation to menstrual cramping, I recommend my clients to get both calcium and magnesium together. Calcium, believe it or not, is a very alkalining product. So this is very good if you're fighting off disease. It's very good for nerve conduction. It's good for heart health, good for blood sugar and hormonal regulation. Together, this combination supports both body and brain, calcium and magnesium. Now, when you're looking for a good program for yourself, it might be interesting to you to look into the packets that are offered first. So we have the 4 bottles called our Daily Essentials Kit. If you're on here tonight and you are a guest, be sure to stay to the end because we are going to offer you a special price, a special discount, and a free sample of the products because you took the time to listen. If you share this video out with a friend and they mention, hey, so-and-so shared this with me, they mentioned you have a discount or a special offer and some samples I can get, that's all we have to hear and we'd be happy to service you that way. Curcumin is one of my favorite products. Hear me if you're a chiropractor. Hear me if you're somebody who's in the industry of supporting the body from an inflammatory response. Curcumin is one of my best products for me personally. What I notice with curcumin, now 1 capsule a day is not enough for me to notice this. I'm just going to be transparent and upfront with you. I typically take 2, 3, or 4 of these capsules a day if I am experiencing tension throughout my spine and my neck. And here's why. When I take 2, 3, or 4 in a day, for whatever reason, I go to see a chiropractor, my adjustment is amazing. My muscles aren't holding on so tight. My body is not so inflamed around my spine and my neck. And it's allowing the inflammation to be released from the body, cleansing the blood, supporting my liver, and helping me to reduce the pain and inflammation naturally in my body. Many of you have heard of curcumin. You've just not heard of Curcumin Extreme, which has a better absorption capacity than the other curcumin products on the market. Pure Collagen. You want healthy skin, you want healthy joints. That's what our Pure Collagen was put here for. I take this product every day as well. Again, in the last year, I'm getting a lot of compliments on my skin. What have I done different? I've added the hyaluronic acid. I'm using the vitamin C serum, but I've been taking Pure Collagen for about a year now too. So it's working from the inside and the outside. And what a beautiful marriage to have those two come together. I wanted to talk tonight about a product that has helped so many people who are struggling and needing support with an autoimmune response. For example, people with Lyme, people with lupus, people with MS, people with fibromyalgia, people with rheumatoid arthritis. You know that your body has a high level of inflammation. You know that your body is attacking itself. You just don't know how, frankly, to get a handle on it. So my top recommendations when somebody comes to me and they need support with an autoimmune response, or they're in recovery from an injury, recovery from an accident, recovery from a surgery, recovery from a workout, I'm going to recommend bromelain. Bromelain is from the stem and the core of a pineapple. It's not going to have any issue with causing pain within the intestinal lining or the stomach. It has the COX-2 expression. It's going to support the pain in the knee. It's going to support the blood platelet from clumping. This is one of those products that does a lot within the body, but again, highly recommended for after surgery, after injury, after workout, or after you know you've got an autoimmune response. So protease is an enzyme that supports the body in breaking down the protein, the bad protein. Now, many of you know this, but some of you don't know this, that when you get an autoimmune disease, the cell is actually covered by a protein film. It's not a good thing. It's disguising that cell so the body cannot rid itself of it, neutralize the cell. Antioxidants aren't enough. So bromelain comes in and penetrates that protein layer because of the protease and is able to sort of rip the cloak off and allow the body to then neutralize and get rid of that. I have had women who have had cysts on their ovaries that they cannot seem to get rid of. OPC3 or bromelain, we can support that issue. And we've seen tremendous results in that. We've seen great results in the inflammatory response in the body, supporting the body's white blood cells, supporting the body and having a protective immune system reaction instead of the body continually getting sicker and sicker and allowing infection to grow rampant. Arthritis is a general term. It is a general term. It's just inflammation in your joint. Don't be afraid because you have arthritis. There's nothing to be afraid of. You know, 5-year-olds have arthritis sometimes these days, but there are 4 types of typical arthritis: rheumatoid, psoriatic, gout, and systematic lupus. These are all 4 types that can be improved and supported by bromelain. Again, comes from the stem and the core of the pineapple, but you'd have to eat about 15 pineapple to get what 1 dose is going to provide for you. So inflammation of the heart, inflammation of the kidneys, inflammation of the blood vessels, causing rash, headaches, internal organ damage, all can be supported by bromelain. Bromelain will treat a number of conditions, and I can say that word because it is clinically evidenced by the University of Maryland Medical Center to support and treat such issues: tendonitis, muscle injuries, muscle strain, having dental, nasal, foot surgeries, and reducing the inflammation after. Now, many of you know white willow bark is aspirin, right? So you've been told, hey, just take an aspirin for your heart disease. Well, how about instead of that, we take what God gave us, white willow bark. So white willow bark, protease, and bromelain, powerful ingredients in our bromelain plus product. So excellent, excellent product if you're looking for support in all of those areas. Now, I'm going to hit on a product that, again, a lot of you who have been around me for some time and all the training that I do and all the talks that I do, you've not heard me mention a whole lot about glucosatrin, but I'm going to mention it tonight. because I do remember my husband's father, this product made a huge difference for him. I've got a friend that's going to join us for a testimony tonight. This product made a big difference for her. So I need to mention this because even though it's in a tablet form, not the isotonic form, it really is there to, again, support the cartilage, the bone, and the collagen rebuilding by having things like D3, vitamin C, glucosamine, and some authentic herbs that support pain and inflammation, like boswellia, scuteolurella, oleanic, and hops, all known to support the body in rebuilding cartilage, reducing pain and inflammation. You will notice we have glucosamine in this product, but we do not have chondroitin in this product. You do not want chondroitin in a product with your glucosamine. It will inhibit the ability of the chondroitin, of the glucosamine, to be taken up into the system. Very similar to Prime Joint Formula in that it helps retention, regeneration of cartilage. It supports joint comfort. It supports flexibility. It supports the inflammatory response. It supports the 5-LOX and COX-2 levels and inhibitors. But it is different in that it's a tablet form and it's more of an herbal formulation for you. Now, Kim Robinson's going to join us tonight because she was one who happened to bring it to my attention that she found results with this product. So Kim, if you have a minute just to pop on with us, would you share with everybody? And I know you've had such good results with isotonics as well, but this was one that you uniquely also got a result with.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me tonight, Shelley.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all my life I've had like weaker joints and a lot of like double jointed, extra flexibility kind of thing in there. And as I'm aging or becoming more mature, I'm noticing more pain and even seems like more flexibility and stuff. But this is just adding to that, inflammation and pain going. And when I was first introduced to this line of supplements, I tried the Prime Joint Support and had great results with that, definitely. But then again, just wanting to try all my different options and kind of see how my body reacted to different things, I stopped the Prime Joint for a while, went to the glucosatrin, and for whatever reason, I just felt less pain with that product. And all I can think is maybe it's that unique combination of those botanicals in there. But I just have no pain when I'm on this one. Take one after each meal throughout the day. So just 3 tablets. It just makes me feel so much better. Added bonus that I love about this product is it does have the vitamin D, which, another topic, but we need that vitamin D to really fight depression in our lives. But the vitamin D, there's vitamin C in there, along with the zinc, which is a huge benefit to supporting our immune system. And so that's very important to me. But yeah, this has just done miraculous things with me as far as my joints. So I really love it.
I love that, Kim. And Kim too, Kim is a life coach. She's supporting people in all aspects of their health, but she also really works to aspire beauty from within and of course on the outside. And no one would ever guess your age. I'm not going to give it away, but I'll just leave it at that, Kim, that Kim looks absolutely stunning. So I really appreciate you coming on, Kim, because I think this is a product. It's like what's the word I'm looking for? Unsung hero product. It's an unsung hero product because, like I said, this was the one too that Tony's dad just loved, and it really supported him in his hip pain. So I just love it when we can sort of bring in an oldie but a goodie. So thanks for being here, Kim.
Absolutely, that's me, an
All
oldie
right.
but a goodie. No.
I knew you were going to say that. I just knew it.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Shelley.
All right, you bet, Kim. You bet. All right. So again, that is called Glucosatrin Bone and Joint Formula. So some of the complementary products that go with this. It's one thing, and there's health professionals from all over the world that could be watching this presentation. So I need to say that this was not a be all end all product invitation tonight. This was me introducing you to certain things that we have seen that support all of us that are on here with you tonight. However, I am a huge proponent of omega-3. Omega-3 is going to support us in almost every aspect of health, including inflammation, including gut health, including anxiety. So neurological function, the way your neurotransmitters are working. So please know when I talk about omega-3, this is a must, in my opinion, if inflammation is an issue with you. Vitamin D, like Kim mentioned, that's actually another one of her great testimonials, is she was experiencing some depression. In fact, she had seasonal affect disorder for most of her life, to as far back as she can remember, until she got on the Isotonics vitamin D with the K2. And then calcium, of course, like I said, we need to contract and relax. So omega-3, again, they support so many different parts of our health, but muscle retention, cardiovascular health. What's the heart? It's a muscle. So I think we just forget sometimes what things are good for. So I'm going to recommend that for all of you. So I appreciate everybody being here with me tonight on this talk about pain, inflammation, and joint health. I appreciate Dodie Ash giving me sort of the boost that I needed to get out here and talk about this product. So it's all about us moving our ash together. So what's in it for you? Guys, imagine getting the results you want just because you said, I'm going to try. I'm just going to do what I can. You know, I'm going to self-initiate. I'm going to self-motivate. I'm going to make the right choices and work with somebody who actually wants to support you and help you in your goals. Reach out to us. We don't know if you don't reach out, and don't be afraid to reach out and have that conversation. It's not about selling you something. It's about supporting you in what it is you want. And we will always be respectful of what it is you feel comfortable investing into your health. I just truly believe, what is life without health? What is life without health? Thank you for joining us. You will be given a 10 to 15% off discount for being here with us. 10% when you say, you know what, I've got a shop consultant. I'm working with, Dodie Ash. I'm working with Kim Rayner. I'm working with Dan Spanbauer, Kim Robinson, Jeremy, Jamie, whoever you're working with. 10%, just go to their site, order things. 15% off if you say, I need to have a conversation first. And the reason I offer 15% off is I feel like we can actually target what's really going on with you, and we can take into account other things that you may not have thought of leading up to why you have the pain and inflammation. Send your email to the person who invited you. They'll send you a link, they'll send you a promo code, and they'll send you a free sample of products, guys. So be sure to ask them for your specific code, and be sure to ask them to send you a product sample. So again, my name is Shelley Bow. I had a pleasure being here with you all tonight. I'm so thankful that you take the time to listen in and to take part in what we're doing. We're here to serve, bring value, and love on all of you to the best of our ability. Have a great night.